Something very interesting is happening. So I talk about shifts a lot and transforming the matrix. What does that mean? I'm going to go into that a little bit more today. But what I want you to understand is we have constant shifts. But what they're doing for us is demonstrating what the collective is thinking. So we're accelerating our shifts because we're going through so many changes right now. So we're shifting, and of course, all the energetic fields around us with, the eclipse and the planets, all those things do affect us. I'm going to talk about why that is too, and what that is for. Everything has intelligent purpose. So let's talk about zero tolerance versus fed up. The new mind-blowing shift that is so prominent right now. I want to ask you if you're experiencing this because it's very interesting. Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. Come on over. Take my course. Practice, because we're going to need it. Now, for those of you who are in my free email list, you can go down in there. You know that I am taking it up a notch because we are shifting into new eras where we are so open to what we have never believed in the past, and that is we're beyond these human bodies. Now, if you are in fear right now, we got to work on that, all right? And so I have my Breakthrough Fear course, but we're going into a shift right now that I want to talk about that is very interesting. Now, I had a video called Zero Tolerance. What that is we're going into I'm not putting up with this crap anymore attitude, right? It's like enough. Because we are so uncomfortable that now we're so aware of all of the things that are just not right, right? Everything, there's no right nor wrong, but we're saying this isn't okay anymore. So the zero tolerance is we're speaking up. We're saying this is not cool, and I don't really give a hoot what happens at this point because it's gotten so crazy anyways out there, right? Little cray-cray. But what I'm seeing in this new shift is people aren't just zero tolerance, non-participation in a high frequency. They're going into fed up. You'll know the difference. I want to ask you if you're going into it. Fed up is when you don't care anymore because we were in a world where we had the income, we had our vacations, we had, our get something in an hour or a few minutes delivered to your home, and now all of that's changing. And we're also, a lot of us, going into fear. I say us as humans, going into fear. Big reason why I developed that course, because now we're fearful of loss, and that only the ego will go into that space where you feel like you're losing something or you don't like what you're getting, all right? So that's fear. But now we're going into a space where zero tolerance, if you're going to a high frequency and you're going into awaken, you're going into zero tolerance, meaning that you want to see the planet improve and you're going to contribute to it. And part of it is you're not going to participate anymore in all the stuff that's damaging, that harms others, that harms you, that harms our planet, all of that. Zero tolerance of it. I'm going to speak up now. I'm going to remove that dog from you that you're, harming. I'm not going to allow you to treat your children that way because we're going to do something about it. But you come in with love and at least compassion, all right? Compassion saying, okay, I don't know the source of this person's pain. I don't know why they're striking out in anger, harming another. But I know there's something at the root of that we can work on. And that person wants to be loved just like anybody else. And that's when you go into high frequency, great awakening. You're going to see that there's another solution for these things and that these people are equally beautiful light beings that are your best teachers. Can I come in and love you anyways, unconditionally? Zero participation, non-participation, my other video, if you haven't seen that, watch it, is we're going into, people usually complaining, but they still go to their fast food. They're still putting fertilizer on their lawn. It's going in and killing our manatees. Yeah, this is everyday stuff. But as long as my world's okay, I'll complain about it, right? But I'm going to continue to really participate in it. We're not anymore. We're saying, okay, I'm going to have to give up some things that I don't particularly want to give up. But guess what? When you do it, it's so amazing. Anything that harms animals or our planet, you have to make the effort because it's the only way we're going to shift into the Great Awakening as a collective. Now, somebody said, when do we go into 5D? I said, we don't. You might. There's people walking around in it right now. What does that mean? A dimension doesn't mean a frequency. A dimension just means that you're very expansive. That means that you have capabilities and you function as a much more expansive energy field outside of being just a human, all right? A frequency is when either you're using it on a high level or low. You're either, going into love or going into darkness and separation and me and oneness and blame and, judgment and all that stuff. So a dimension, there are beings out there right now in every possible dimension. Some of them show up or whatever. Some of them are not nice. Right? They're in low frequencies, but they live in a different dimension. So let's not confuse those two. The lines are sort of blurred on that. So you can go into any frequency you want. Forget the dimensions. When you go in a high frequency, you will still exist here on planet Earth and see what's going on, via the choices of other people, which may not be so pleasant. But if you're going into non-participation, you stop participating in the destructive behavior of others, which means if somebody's giving you something that makes your life comfortable and it has any negative consequences on our planet or other people, you have to non-participate if you want to go in a high frequency. Forget the dimensions. You're going to explore all of that at some point. You always have. Frequency is why you came here. That means I'm going to go into unconditional love. That's all it is. We don't need a whole list of things. Unconditional love, that's pretty clear, no matter what. Unconditional. All right, so let's talk about fed up. What I'm seeing happen, we've been hit with every possible thing in our lives. Purpose. There's purpose in that. Why? It's the cause and effect of our actions. It's coming back as a mirror saying, you've destroyed our planet, you haven't respected it, so now we have a planet that's toxic. You're taking things into your body and not going into the field of awakening where miracles happen and you can heal yourself. My miracle circle, I've had 3 people have physical miracles, right there during the miracle circle session, all right? And some just right after, where physical things happen to them because we've worked through stuff. One person had something physically healed during a miracle circle. What is that? We're going to the space of everybody has access to this. Come on over to the miracle circle, $30 for a whole month. You get me live for 2 hours. We need to do this. I made it affordable so that we could get together and start to do this. Now, when you go into fed up, you're saying, okay, non-participation is, I don't need to take all these things that aren't healing me. I know that there's another way, and I have to go into that space of perfection, and that's where healing takes place, the miracle space. Fed up is, I have been so tired and worn down with job and money, relationships, health. We're getting hit with everything, the consequences of everything we've been doing that has been disrespectful to our planet and others is coming back in our face. All of it. And the message is, this is what you've been doing. If it's not you personally, you participated in this, you agreed to come here. So maybe you're the teacher or the healer or whatever it is. So start doing your job if you're not. Fed up's happening. Fed up is not in a high frequency. It is, I'm so worn out. I'm so sick of everything, just we keep getting hit more and more and more with everything. And then you go into fear of what might happen in the future. Somebody was saying that they, froze somebody's stem cells just in case they have an illness in the future. I said, you can't stop that. It's not going to save you. What's going to save you? Come out of fear. You want to stay around a long time? You want to look young? You want to be healthy? You want to find some space in this very troubled planet where there's peace? You have to go into that high frequency of love and out of fear. And fear will keep you here, attached to the world and believing this is all there is. And you'll get fed up. And the next time somebody says something to you, you're not going to be as nice in your response. I was just on with support team for the keywords and all the stuff we use on our channels. We actually have to research this stuff to make sure people will look at our videos and have the right thumbnails, all that good stuff, right? I reached out to support and I said, you're sending me stuff in a foreign language. Answer was, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. I said, what happened to the support? You have no answer for that? Well, that's what's popular out there, but I don't speak that language. And I heard the fed up, I don't care attitude. People are getting worn down. This is our greatest test. Are you fed up? Or zero participation? Or zero tolerance? Zero tolerance that I speak of is up here in a high frequency. In other words, we will no longer participate or tolerate the world that has been destroying us, that we've destroyed. I won't be a part of that anymore. I won't tolerate it either. So I'm not going to say it's okay because, I have my safe world. Our safe world is gone. It never was anyways. And so we're going into fed up, and you'll see people really worn out, giving up hope and saying, I don't give a hoot anymore. You're going to see people looking a little bit down here. Yeah? Are you experiencing that? Relationships like, do what you want, I don't care. Oh, well, whatever. And so the enthusiasm is starting to come down. We're getting worn down. This is your biggest test. So when you go to high frequency, as I shared with you before, awakening is when you are up here and the downs are like this, and the ups and the downs and the ups. When you are on a low frequency, when you're controlled by ego, that means you're rooted in the material world, singularity as in a person, I should say individualism, separation, you're wrong, I'm right, everybody's a problem, the people in power are a problem. I mean, hello, that's ridiculous. We see these people controlled by, oh, I'm happy I got everything that I wanted. Oh, things aren't going right. Oh, I'm feeling good. I got a new car. Oh, things aren't going right. Oh, I got a promotion. I'm right. Oh, I'm in love. And it's this. It's this. Because they're coming from here. And they're relying on the material world to shoot them up here to be happy. Happiness comes from out here. So when you go in a high frequency, things will go wrong. How do you get tested? So you just have to look at it. Well, come on over and take breakthrough fear. Come on over and take it. And people are going into a space of euphoria and actually seeing that the fears and the challenges are no longer taking them down. And so they view it. They learn how to break through it. So we observe it. We don't react to it anymore. We see it for what it is. It's programming. And so what do you want to do with this? You can shift your mind completely. You can shift out of anything and shift into a new reality. That's why I said, when are we going to 5D? I don't know. When are you? When are you going to go into awakening? It's really the Great Awakening. When? Choose it. It could be today. And so there are different levels of frequency. It's not like, bing, I'm here now. Oh. And you could be in a great awakened state and still find yourself getting entrenched into the world, and that's another challenge. This is how it's going to be. And it could be beautiful and wonderful, and you could have, this could be the most amazing period of time in your life. You could experience some challenges that will change you so drastically that you'll go into a completely different way of living. So I want to ask you, are you going into zero tolerance? In other words, I'm not going to stand by and allow us to destroy the planet, one another, argue anymore, and I won't participate in that either. I have to be the positive change, and that's a big task, a big one. It's not easy because you're going to get, some criticisms, you're going to get some resistance. That's okay. That's the whole purpose you came here, is to help get through to anybody by not telling them what they should be or being sad because they're not awakened. If you're sad, you're not awakened. If you're sad because they're not awakened, it's because you don't understand that that's their choice. And they're learning from that. You have to be the example. That's how you change them. You have to be the example of love, and they're going to see and feel that. And they're not going to feel the criticism, and that's judgment when you're, oh, I'm sad. Oh, poor you. It hurts my heart that you're not awakened. You're not going to get to go where I'm going. Really? Think about that one. And so we're so entrenched in being a human and thinking, we don't even see that we're doing that. We don't even see that that's still judgment. Yes, you can feel sadness. That's a human experience. But when you judge another, you say, I'm sad because they're not awakened, versus, okay, it's sad to see what we do ourselves. Yes. But when I see you go make dark choices, I know it's because you're coming from a place of not being loved and fear, and you have to be right, and you have to criticize other people or whatever. Okay. I was just with a friend, and I said, it's never about you. Whatever that person's doing that maybe doesn't feel very good, you're like, what did I do wrong? It's not about you. It's what they're going through, because they would never impose anything negative on you if they were in a higher frequency. They're feeling bad in here, so they're imposing that on you, right? I'm not feeling good, so you're wrong, and you need to do this, and and it goes on and on. Have you ever seen somebody who's gotten everything they want? Oh, nothing bothers them. Oh, everybody, oh, whatever. Yeah, right. And the minute things aren't going well, what do we go into? Fed up. I'm fed up with you because I'm not feeling good myself, right? And that's what's happening. I'm seeing it. And that's a non-caring kind of attitude. Like, I don't even give a hoot anymore. Don't allow yourself to slip into that. So if you feel that happening, first of all, I really suggest you meditate every day. It's an effort. I do it when I go to bed. I do it in the morning. I do it at night. So if you fall asleep with meditation on, I've got plenty of them. Come on over to my free videos. In the training, I give you access to a portal with 6 meditations in there, and I'm going to be sharing a miracle circle for free with everybody, so you can see what that's like. So come on over and check it out, because we got to practice. We've got to step away from the thinking. Step away from it. It'll get you in trouble. That thinking is programming, it's beliefs, it's all the things that are rooted in ego, and it's not what you are, because when you go into awakening, you're just a viewer. You're just an observer that carries light. And people will feel that. And it's more powerful than any words that you can say. So you're going to see a lot of fed up going on. You're going to hear support people that are just tired. They're not feeling appreciated. So be the person that appreciates them. Because when you combat that with, oh, well, right? What does that do? That doesn't improve the situation. So you're going to have to be steadfast in your frequency right now. This is so important. This is like a critical turn. Another turning point is that we're going down here into these levels of being worn down. Always having to struggle and fight in a physical world that we feel is working against us, but that's just not true. We're changing it, and it doesn't seem like that. But how can we change if we are not inspired? People don't change until they have their back up against the wall. Have you not noticed that? When they're comfortable, whatever. When you're uncomfortable, right? Dark night of the soul is ask Eckhart Tolle. Dark night of the soul, man. When you just don't care anymore, and you're thinking, if I exited this planet, who cares? And that could be your biggest turning point. You don't have to go into that space. But if you're in fear, trying to hang on to your stem cells, what should I do? When are we going to 5D? Well, you're not helping by that. With that attitude, you're not going to be in the collective that sends us into 5D. There are people walking around right now in awakened state, and you could be that person. It's going to take practice, and you have to be on it every moment. I hope that you'll subscribe. These are free videos for my internet marketing training. People are getting busy. Learn new things. Educate yourself. Use this time to say, okay, what can I do? Can I learn something new, get new skills, use the internet for good? Help people make higher choices. You can learn. These are free videos so you can check out and see if it's for you. I've been doing it for 7 years. It's allowed me to reach millions of people. Millions. And hopefully change lives. I hope I've helped to change yours. You don't have to agree with me. We don't have to argue. Take it, don't take it. All I know is that you're absolutely perfect and beautiful, and I hope you see that when you look in the mirror. I hope you see it in others and know that this is just an illusion we're playing out. The biggest test of your energy field life that will go back into oneness. But right now, you're not feeling like you're one source. You're feeling like you're just one person out there, just trying to make ends meet, struggling. Maybe you have everything, monetarily, and something's missing. It's okay. This is part of your challenge, and you're going to pull through this. Come on over to my free videos. I'm going to help you in the many ways that we can help change that. Because we all need one another, don't we? Need. I usually don't use the N word on my channel, but as human beings, we really do. It takes a village. So I hope you'll share. Check these out. Free videos down there. Come on over. Take Breakthrough Fear or join the Miracle Circle for $30. And maybe miracles will happen for you, but you have to just say yes. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.